First of all, I mean, my first question would really be what inspired you to be part of the event? What wasn't that made you go, yeah, we need to be there?
Great question, thank you. A couple of things inspired me to take part and present at Exit Masters. Firstly, I've got a passion for macroeconomic events, and what's happening in the next 10 years is there's going to be the largest transfer of wealth in the history of humankind. And what that means is there's going to be massive upheaval in the marketplace, and things are going to be different. For the first time, a lot of people are going to be selling their businesses at once. So having worked with small business owners for 15 years and being an entrepreneur myself for 25 years, I'm passionate about people actually monetizing or commercializing all the hard work they've done and the value that they've created over a lifetime or even a shorter period of time. So when it comes to actually creating an exit strategy, what I see is a fundamental misunderstanding in the marketplace from small business owners and mid-tier business owners on actually how to do it. They know that they need to do it, but they don't know how to do it. And selling a business or exiting a business is the second most emotional thing you can do in a business after starting it. So it's an emotional event, it's a financial event, it's a life-changing event, and your successful exit is 100% correlated to someone else's successful entry. And the majority of people that I see in the marketplace, when they talk about exit or succession, just approach it from how do you exit a business, whereas our approach and my approach is to say, well, we need to focus on how to exit a business, but just as importantly, we also need to focus on how to create a successful entry strategy for someone else. Because if you get that right, you get the value of your business and you get to then have the independent lifestyle.
What's your personal angle? Do you have a background in this, or have you experienced exits yourself?
Yes, I've got deep experience in advising companies and businesses and business owners and entrepreneurs in Australia, in Europe, and in the United States, where I lived for 8 years, in and around Silicon Valley. So I've worked with a lot of businesses at the entry level, i.e. how do you actually scale a business and how do you create value. Mm-hmm. And I've also helped a lot of business owners create exit strategies. And what I've seen, as an advisor, is that it's the number one thing that businesses get wrong. And it's such an important thing. So, as a business advisor and as a human being, I can't help but connect to getting that right and wanting to add value. And at a personal level, I started my first company at 29 and I'm 44 now. So I've been, I started a couple of businesses in Australia, I've started a business in the United States. I've been the CEO of a global company that expanded into 11 countries. And along the way, I've had some successful exits and some not so successful exits. So, So from a personal experience, I've had some wins and losses, which I think is important when talking to other business owners, because I can empathise, sympathise, understand where they're at, and it gives me, I think, a deeper understanding and therefore a better opportunity to help them. The first thing that you've got to do is you've got to build value in your business. I mean, there's 4 things you've really got to do. You've got to build value in your business, and that's actually have an asset creation strategy ahead of exit. Too many business owners get to exit and they view their business like the family home. And the marketplace doesn't value your family home like you do because it's your baby, you've spent all these years in it. So you've really got to take an external view of your business and say, what are the assets we've got in our business that can create accelerated growth, accelerated share price value? So you've got to build value ahead of the transaction. You've then got to build independence, which is actually recognizing that a business that's reliant on a founder or a dominant personality is actually less valuable in the marketplace. So the first thing that actually increases the value of your business externally is to have an internal strategy. So you want to be able to demonstrate to the market you've got a plan B, because your price immediately goes up because your risk has been mitigated. So, and an investor wants to see that the business is non-reliant on the founder. So the business needs to be independent. The third thing you need to do is keep a record of everything. So you've got to be able to tell a story. And you've got to be able to tell a story through things like board meetings. So, recognizing that you've got to, even if you're an owner-operator, get an external board in so that you can start to document. And the fourth thing you've got to do is actually understand the emotion of a sale and prepare yourself for that, and recognize that there are a bunch of cultural implications in the marketplace at a strategic level, at a communication level, at a relationship level that are going to change. And there's a timing component to getting those right. So you've really got to work on the timing of the sale. Where our approach differs is what our IP is geared at doing is increasing that multiple. Because it's actually, you can increase your multiple in a business a lot more quickly and a lot more effectively than you can increase your profit. So if you've got a profit and a revenue strategy, our strategy actually, if you've got a business doing $1 million profit and it's a multiple of 3, it's a $3 million business. If you can get that multiple to 2, the profit to 2 and the multiple to 6, well then you've got a $12 million business. Our sort of 3 approaches, we've got some intellectual property, we've got a fund management mindset, and we've got a complementary approach with other advisors. Because the number one rule I'd say to any potential client out there, or anyone thinking about exiting their business or creating a succession strategy, is that you need a team.